Hello, and welcome back. If you are here, you must want to learn how to buy a home. And that is why you are checking out this YouTube channel on how to buy a home, the home buying process. So, we are on step number 4. If you did not watch step number 1, 2, or 3, I definitely recommend you going back and checking out those videos because there are some valuable information that you need to know before you even get to this stage. Because in step number 4, we are talking about house hunting fun. And so this is when the house hunting begins. And so if you're watching this video, that means you may have already sat down, thought about what you want, wrote out what you want. Maybe you already sat down with a realtor, interviewed them, and hired them. And then you got pre-approved. And if you have gotten pre-approved, then congratulations on getting pre-approved. Now the real fun begins. The first few steps, it may have been filled with a bunch of anxiety, overwhelm, nervousness, and now you can breathe a little bit easier because you've been pre-approved. You know how much house you can purchase. You know your monthly payment. You know your estimated monthly payment. You know what your interest rate would be. You know how much cash you need to close on your home. So all of that is a very critical phase before you begin house hunting, but it provides a lot of clarity, insight, and eye-opening into what is next and what is possible for you. So I commend you on making it this far. We are going to go ahead and get started and talk about step number 4 of the home buying process, how to buy a home, let the house hunting begin, and 6 crucial steps that you need to know. All right. So when you are out house hunting right now, as I'm recording this video, we are in the beginning of the year of 2025, March 2025. So what we are currently seeing in the market is we have been seeing a slim amount of houses available for sale. We are having a housing shortage of inventory available for home buyers to choose from. And so as you're beginning these next steps, you might, when you're looking for homes, you might be like, man, I'm not really finding what I'm looking for. And that is probably what a lot of other home buyers are experiencing because we don't, here in the Charlotte region, there's not a large number of houses available on the market for sale compared to pre-2019, there was a larger amount of homes available for sale. So this is what we're experiencing right now in the market. Don't worry, because if you are working with the right real estate agent, your agent has a plan to help you with finding the perfect home that meets what you're looking for, lining up with your must-haves and nice-to-haves and helping you to achieve that goal that you are wanting to seek, which is becoming a homeowner. So let me go ahead and get into the 6 crucial steps, and definitely stick around for the last one because that's a key step that you probably want to take away from this video. So the first crucial step when it comes to house hunting, especially in this market that we're experiencing, is that if you did step number 1, that was sitting down and developing a criteria and budget. Now, as you're beginning your house hunting, now that things got real because you got pre-approved, now I want you to sit back down again and prioritize your needs and your wants. Now that you know what it looks like financially, how much house you can purchase, your purchase price, and what your estimated monthly payment is, look at your needs and your wants and go through them again and make sure it matches with that pre-approval that you have been granted. And so make a list of I wrote down my notes in here, so I'm going to just read it off to you so I don't miss a thing. But make sure you make a list of your must-haves and your nice-to-haves, but also allow for some flexibility and for some compromise if the house checks pretty much most of the boxes of what you're looking for, and if the price is right. So as you're beginning your house hunting phase, it's good to have your checklist of things, but also keep it in line with your purchase price as well as what the whole package entails for your new home. Okay, so number two, the second crucial thing that you need to do when you're in this house hunting phase is consider the location that you are thinking about when making it your home. And so when I say that, consider the location, consider it compared to your lifestyle and what you desire to be near or have access to for your new home. But also consider the resale opportunity at hand. So if this is your forever home, then you might not have to consider the resale. But if you're in a starter home, or if you know that this is just a home that you'll probably trade out or sell within the next few years, consider how that location of that home will impact the sale when you try to sell it in the future. Because that will make a difference on how much profit you're able to walk away with at the end of the day when you sell your house. If you choose a good location, a right location, a location that is in demand or highly desired. So I always have my clients think about, the location and if they were to resell it, what that would look like for them. All right, so number three, the third crucial tip when you are house hunting is to be patient and to be realistic. So first one, being patient, as I had mentioned, right now we have a slim inventory of available houses for sale. The good news is the number of houses that are available for sale is increasing. So we are seeing more homeowners putting their houses on the market for sale, allowing for you to have more options to choose from. So that is great news. So especially as we're moving into the spring season, we're going to see more houses come on the market, and into the summer, we'll see more houses come on the market. So you will have options to choose from. But also keep in mind, that's when that home buyer season starts. And so between interest rates decreasing, we just had an interest rate drop. So definitely take advantage of that. But between interest rates decreasing and home buyer season, where more home buyers start to come on the market, that means that you'll probably see more competition with other home buyers looking at that same house and putting in an offer on that same house, because that's when the season is at its peak and at its prime. But it's still great news as long as you have the right realtor who can help you to get in front of seeing that house, learning all the information you need to know so that you can submit a competitive and compelling offer so that you can win your home, then that will be a job well done. So the second part of that third crucial tip, being realistic. All right. So when I say be realistic, keep in mind that you don't want to miss out on opportunities as home values continue to rise. So if you have been pre-approved, definitely take advantage of that pre-approval, because month over month, we are seeing home prices increase and rise. Because here in the Charlotte region, we don't have a lot of houses available for sale. And so since we don't have a lot of houses available for sale, that means that when there is a shortage of supply, the increase of demand pushes up the price. And so that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that the shortage of houses causes for the demand to push up the price of the housing in this area. So we are seeing home prices increase month over month. So don't miss out on the market. Definitely take advantage of getting in front of homes. And even right now, if you're working with the right realtor, realtor can help you with finding motivated home sellers. So right now there's a lot of motivated home sellers who need to sell their home. They don't want to sell their home. They need to sell their home. So they're willing to make a deal with you. So whether that's negotiating that purchase price or negotiating concessions where the seller gives you credit, gives you pretty much like money to go towards your cash to close, your closing cost. The opportunity is right in prime right now to take advantage of the market where you can find that motivated home seller who's willing to make that deal for you. So don't miss out on those opportunities. All right. So number 4, of the crucial tips that you need to know when you're house hunting is to use Google Maps. Use it in the street view mode. I love using Google Maps in the street view mode. And I use Google Maps in the street view mode, not only when I'm helping home buyers with house hunting, but also if I'm trying to check out a new restaurant, a new hotel, or a new retail store, anything that's new and up and coming. I like to look at what's around it. Can I find what I'm looking for? Parking, or what other stores are around it? What other restaurants are around it? But for house hunting, definitely Google Maps is a game changer, because what it allows you to do is it allows you to preview pretty much what that area looks like for the home that you're interested in. And it can also help you to avoid wasting time, gas, and energy with even going to look at the house. If you look at the Google Street View and you look at the neighborhood and everything, you're like, this neighborhood is not what I was looking for. The house was gorgeous, but that neighborhood is not lining up. That's what I love about Google Street View. And so another thing that you can gain when you're looking at Google Street View, sometimes you might see this magnificent house and you see where the grass starts and it goes, to the house. And so you see everything and it looks so perfect. But if you look at that Google Street View, you might see that the driveway is at this incline. Let me see. So the driveway is at this incline. So you have to drive your car pretty much up a mountain just to get up to this house right here. And just to let you know, for resale value, that is almost a deal breaker for 99% of the people who are looking to buy a home. No one wants to buy a home on a driveway that's like this, and you have to put the brake, the actual brake on while it's parked in the driveway. So Google Street View can help save you time, money, and gas, and just disappointment when you're looking for a home. Because also, most people, when they are driving up to the driveway, it is within that first 8 seconds that they've already made up in their mind what they already think about the home. So if you're pulling up to a home and you didn't look at Google Street View, and then you're pulling up to a home, you and your realtor, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to see the home. And then you pull up and you see that driveway is like this. You're like, oh man, I didn't realize the driveway was like that. Well, you can't even enjoy driving into the driveway because you don't want to damage your car coming back out of the driveway. So I know I went on a tangent about that. It's so funny because it's happened to some of my home buyers before. And I do try to pre-look at houses on Google Street View before we go out house hunting. But sometimes when I'm looking at 15 houses, I don't look at every single one. But so it's definitely a game changer with saving you time and gas and money there. So you're able to preview it, especially if you're unfamiliar with the area. If you're living out of town and you haven't even had a chance to come to the area and you want to get a feel for the neighborhood and the neighbors and the houses around it, Google Street View is amazing for that. All right, so number 5. So also when you're house hunting, so say you're seeing some houses that you're interested in, but maybe that house isn't quite meeting the mark, but it seems like the neighborhood might be a good opportunity for you. I recommend for you to go out and drive around in that neighborhood and get a feel for that neighborhood and let your realtor know, you know what? Although I didn't like the house that's listed online, I checked out the neighborhood and I really love that neighborhood. It meets everything that I'm looking for. Because what your realtor would be able to do then is they'll be able to reach out to the homeowners in that neighborhood and see if there's anyone who's thinking about selling. And someone who was thinking about selling, but they just didn't reach out to a realtor yet to put their house on the market, they're going to be like, yeah, I was actually just thinking about it. And they'll think it's a perfect opportunity for you to come and check out the home. And then that way you get first dibs on the home and you can possibly avoid a bidding war. So go drive around in the neighborhood, and you may also find a for sale by owner by driving around in the neighborhood. If you find a for sale by owner, let your realtor know, because your realtor will reach out to that for sale by owner, which is a homeowner who has their house that they want to sell, but they are not working with a realtor to sell it yet. So your realtor will reach out to that for sale by owner. They will let them know that they have a buyer who is interested, and they will help guide you and possibly the seller, just making sure that you guys are able to come to an agreement and get to the finish line, which is closing on your new home. So that's number 4, driving around in a neighborhood. Number 5 is to check out the crime maps for insight and awareness concerning your level of safety. Everyone's level of safety is different. So each county and town should have access to some kind of crime information, data, statistics, so that way you're able to become aware about an area and see if it fits your level of comfort and your level of safety before moving there. And then you find out that it might be a war zone or something. So definitely ask your realtor to give you access to crime maps so you can check out that information. Especially if you're not familiar with the area or you live out of town and you haven't had a chance to come and check it out, the crime maps are definitely helpful with helping you with making that decision on if that's a house in a neighborhood that you want to live in and invest in. And then depending on the area, it will also possibly affect your resale value, depending on what's going on and going down in that area. All right, so the last step, or the last crucial tip. So I know we all have this vision of what we want in our homes, and what we desire are our must-haves and even our nice-to-haves. But especially now, since the inventory, the number of houses are slim, I want to highly encourage you to look beyond cosmetic issues. And so this even goes as far as when you're online and you're looking at houses and you're going through the photos, look beyond the cosmetic issues. If you see a house, every single wall is painted a certain color, or it looks a little outdated because it might have bronze doorknobs and bronze fixtures, or something that isn't to your liking or preference, that can be changed. Those are easy fixes. So let's have an open mind when we're in this house hunting phase. Let's be open to opportunity. And even if a house is outdated, and especially if the house has been sitting on the market for a little bit longer, that seller might be motivated. So that can allow you and your realtor to negotiate a deal, and possibly seller concessions, to where your realtor is able to negotiate that the seller gives you a certain amount of money. Let me just make up a figure, $5,000. And you can take that $5,000 that the seller is giving you at closing to have the light fixtures updated, to have the doorknobs updated, to replace the sink, all of those easy things, or even a paint credit or a flooring credit. All of those things can be fixed. The things that cannot be fixed are, of course, things that are structural. Yes, some structural can be fixed, but it comes at a higher cost. So anything where you have to change the layout or the structure, that's what you just want to focus on. If that house has the structure and the layout that you love, then let's move beyond the cosmetic issues and let's move forward and see how we can make it work and how we can help you to get the best deal for your new home. So that is it for house hunting fun and the 6 crucial steps. Let me know what questions you have. Reach out to me. Also, if there's any other things that you want me to make a video on so that you can gain more insight, knowledge, or clarity, let me know, because I would love to help make the home buying process as simple and seamless and hassle-free for you as possible. All right, so until next time, continue to make it a great week, and I will see you next week, where we dive into submitting a competitive and compelling offer. All right, have a good one.